Stephen A, man, you're a fucking clown, bro. Like, I call it out. I said, man, Stephen A, you're a clown. You couldn't make it in these circles, bro.
I wanted to ask you guys about Kwame now coming out saying what he's saying. Kenyon, because there's a lot of pressure. You were number one. Darrell, you came out straight out of high school. So you guys have a unique, true understanding of what he went through at that age. Kenyon, what type of pressure did you feel, or did you feel pressure when you were number one? And you were coming off a broken leg, too.
Yeah, man. It was more pressure for myself, man, to be honest with you. Like, I've never cared and paid attention to what people had to say. Like, not at all. I've never picked up a newspaper after the game. I didn't tune in to Sports Center the first thing in the morning after the games or after the game we played. I didn't watch it. I didn't read the local beat writer stuff. And I used to tell them, like, you can say whatever you want about me, bro. Like, until somebody bring it to me, I don't care what you have to say. I'm saying, but the pressure that comes with being the number one pick, it's obviously there because you're number one pick and people expect you to be this certain thing. Or expect you to average this amount of points or expect you to make this amount of all-star teams or whatever the case may be. But everybody knows everybody's career, everybody's path to get there is different. Everybody's career is different. So for me, it was just going out and doing what got me to that point, going out and hooping, playing hard each and every night. And whatever comes with it, whether I score 10, 15, 30, whether we win, lose, I know I went out there each and every night that I laced them up, that I gave it my all. And that was enough for me. Like, I didn't care. And my teammates knew what I stood on. You know what I'm saying? But for Kwame, like, to be hearing this when you're a kid throughout your 20s and now you're like, enough is enough. Like, I'm with him. Like I said on my podcast the other day, like, enough. He felt like I'm saying enough is enough. Like, I'm a grown man now. I was a child then when y'all was picking on me. I didn't say nothing then. I haven't said nothing over the last 20 years, and people still continuously try to paint this narrative that I was a bust or I was this bad or I didn't measure up to this and didn't measure up to that. Like, stop comparing me to other people. Like, I had a great career. I played 13 years. Yeah. I bought my mom a house at 18. Like, come on, man. Like, nothing about that is being a bust. But by media standards, and people who ain't never played them, like Stephen A. and other people, like, try to paint this narrative that you're supposed to be that or you're supposed to be this. But when you're not mentioning the Darkos of the world, the Nicholas Skeelis of the world, Andrea Bagnanis, and like, you're not mentioning
Bagnani, he's been going like 7 years.
You're not mentioning these guys over the last however many years that they've been every time the draft come around, somebody that doesn't live up to media expectations, then they compare him to Kwame Brown.
Right.
Like, people say our draft was the worst draft there was. I don't care. Bought my mom a house, bought my sister a house. My mom haven't worked since then. Like, don't care what nobody has to say. And that's Kwame's approach.
Right.
And to one of my partners' point on my podcast, MG said, any millionaire that cut their own lawn, y'all need to be afraid of. Leave that man alone. Any millionaire that cut his own grass and fixed the tractor and lawnmower that he rides, y'all better leave that man alone.
Process. And then to touch on that Kwame situation, I played with him twice. I played with him in Golden State for a year, and I played with him in Philly. One thing I can say about Kwame, he's a real one. You know what I mean? Just because, people don't see his career how it should be or whatever. He's a successful black man that made it out the inner city, made it out his situation. He won. No matter if he played 1 second, all the minutes, scored 1 million points, he won. You know what I mean? And that's what I take away from his career and just the person he is. You know what I'm saying? This is a genuine, nice dude, articulate, smart. You know what I'm saying? You hear how he talking. And a lot of people reaching out to me like, man, I never heard Kwame speak. I didn't know he was this and that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because think about it. Unless you were in the local media, because there was no social media back then, in 2001, unless you lived in D.C., you never saw him talk on TV because we were role players. How many interviews did you get after the big time game? Like, Hey, the guy that scored 10 and 7 don't get interviewed. They go to score 30. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Mark, you would have some of the big games. You get interviewed. Like me, Ryan, and Darrell, we never got the national interviews. Like people don't even know that you can talk. You know what I'm saying? So people are now understanding now that Kwame Brown has something to bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? As far as how he talks, how he goes about his business. And even when I played with him early on in his career, he was never dumb. He was uninformed. So like he didn't understand certain stuff because like we just talked about in high school, the play was for Kwame. You know what I'm saying? He was the play. Now he has to learn 5 plays. And we're in the league, we would demo a play 2 times, run up and down the court, and now we got to go do it. And we're playing live in scrimmages. That's not high school.
No,
they didn't have development coaches in 2001 like that. They didn't have guys they didn't have any type of mental awareness.
Babysitters.
Yeah, they didn't have none of that. So all of that comes into play as far as the development of how we got to this situation. And then there were a lot of people kicking him when he was down.
Right.
And now, hey man, Stephen A. Smith, Matt Barr, he taking names, dog. He's like, hey, I got your name. Hey, Stephen A. Smith just said he about to go back at him. I don't know why. He just gonna make it worse.
Why?
Yeah, he said he gonna go back at him at Stephen A.'s World tonight. So I don't know
why.
He
said he was gonna leave it alone. Like Stephen A., man, you're a fucking clown, bro. Like I call it out. I said, man, Stephen A., you're a clown. You couldn't make it in these circles, bro. Like in these locker rooms and situations, man. Like I think it's super weak. Man, like you just been trying to paint this narrative about this man all these years. Now he got something to say. You're like, I'm not gonna say nothing back. He should have something to say. Now you got something to say. Like, which one is it, bro?
I hope
just apologize, man.
Apologize because Stephen
just apologize,
when
bro.
You called him a bust. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson, they got a hellified platform, but they laughed at him for 2 shows in a row, so they were wrong for that. You know, like Kwame even has something to say about me because like I was condescending when I played with and hey, they'll tell you I'm still condescending now. I'm trying to get over that. You know what I'm saying? But
you like Richard Jefferson.
Yeah, I am. Me and Richard kind of get along like, cause we like that. We condescending, but I don't have
assholes.
Against, yeah, I don't go that far, King. You know that about me, man. I'm trying to come up in this commentating world, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't go that. But it's the fact of the matter. I still saw how he was treated, and I want I want all these guys, the players, to handle this behind closed doors. There's not enough of us in this inner circle doing well as Black millionaires for us to get on social media and get to beefing. You know what I'm saying? Because the world is watching. And I look at the comments and how many people are hyping this stuff up. I'm thinking to myself, I don't really see like no white athletes going at each other like that. I don't ever see that. So I'm like, I want these guys to if they have problems, to settle it behind closed doors. But Kwame, right to his, hey, listen, it's Kwame's time right now. He got a hellified platform. So they're gonna have to deal with him now. This dude went from 4,000 subscribers on YouTube to over 200,000 in a week. He can do whatever he want and say whatever he want. It's Kwame's time now. They're going to have to deal with it. Stephen A., you want to deal with it. Leave that man alone, fam.
Okay, let me ask you this real quick.
Brendan, hold on. Brendan, to your point, Brendan, like, it's just like the mentality that we grew up with in the hood. Like, when somebody got a hole in their shoe, or you tease them, or they got to ride the bus, you tease them, or they had to wear the same shirt, you tease them, and then it's just a domino effect. Once one person says something, it just draws attention to it. Then the next person, they got his jeans was dirty. Then his shirt had a hole in it. Then he had that shirt on Monday. Now it's just everybody nitpick and try to find the smallest thing that they can add their 2 cents on to make it either that much funnier or just have something to say. Just to your point, like white people don't go through that. I'm saying white athletes don't down other athletes in this. I'm saying it's just us. Of course, I have my personal opinions about the way I feel about certain people and certain things, how my career went, and certain people I played against and things like that. Yeah, a long list of people who I probably thought sucked.
D2 is the third and last 51. At 814, meet X20.
What up, man? Chris Unbias checking in, man. Back with another blog. Yo, I've been watching this from afar, man. You know, and it's I'm a big sports head, bro. I'm a big sports head. I watch pretty much every single sport for the most part. damn near at least a little bit. So I've been paying very close attention to this Kwame Brown, Stephen A. Smith, Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes, Gilbert Arenas, Charlamagne the God situation, and it's just crazy how this is snowballed into this. So today, Stephen A. Smith went on ESPN, bro, which is owned by Disney, ESPN, and actually addressed and created a blooper reel of Kwame Brown's worst plays in the NBA.
The man played for 7 different teams. I got put wide open layup, miss. Keep going. Keep rolling them. Keep rolling. This is Shaq. Keep going. Hey, go ahead. Watch this.
Which I actually thought was some clown-ish, if I'm going to be honest with you, just because, you know, I know Kwame, I'm going to get to the stuff Kwame's been saying about him, but for first of all, for ESPN to even let you entertain that, just let you know how much clout you got over. I know you're the highest paid person, $8 million a year, all this kind of stuff. But, look, dog, you literally could create blooper reels for every single person in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like he literally did play, I think, maybe about 11 or 12 years in the NBA. For you to last that long still says something. And for you to create a blooper reel and act like, oh, he dropped a pass, and oh, look at this pass, and look at this free throw, and look at this shot, was really some clown stuff, man. It was really some clown stuff. You was better off just addressing on your own IG or YouTube channel, whatever, radio show maybe, to really take up an ESPN segment and entertain that was foolish. And I'm surprised ESPN even let you get away with it, if I'm being real with you. When you look at Kwame Brown, did he have a successful NBA career? No. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're not finna act like he did. He really didn't. He got drafted by, I think, the Washington Wizards, bro. He was playing with Michael Jordan. You already know Michael Jordan broke his spirits. You know what I'm saying? He came in at the #1 pick. He was highly touted coming out of school. And pretty much, bro, it's hard to play with a big star like Jordan who demands so much from you. I think maybe had Kwame went to another team, he probably would have been a better NBA player. Maybe not no star, I ain't gonna jump out the window, but probably a better player. Sometimes when people demand so much of you and you're unable to give them that in the beginning, it breaks the spirit. That man probably hated coming to work, bro. Other than just being in the NBA, he probably hated coming to work. And people never put that part of the analysis into it. Like, yo, maybe Michael Jordan being so great and demanding excellence from damn near everybody, whether you was a first-year player or a 15-year vet, that probably had a lot to do with his psyche. You know what I'm saying? He was already, very young. I mean, did he come out of high school, if I'm not mistaken? But anyway, he was very young and had to deal with a champion and a veteran like Michael Jordan. So, I mean, people never just take that in consideration. So did he have, bro, there are NBA players that are worse than Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? Like Anthony Bennett is probably one of the worst. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take it to basketball, if you want to go to football, you can probably maybe Jamarcus Russell or something like that. There are plenty of players that are worse than Kwame Brown. And this running joke that's been Kwame Brown for so long, like Kwame Brown, he's not as sorry as Kwame Brown and Rasho Nesterovich and all these little jokes they used to say. Kwame even said, you know what, I'm tired of this ish. It was cool maybe the first time you said it. It might have been cool even the second time you said it. But now this is like a reoccurring thing, like every year around basketball season, when there's a big man that's not good, it wants to be related to Kwame Brown, and he's probably sick of it, bro, and he should be sick of it. This man is out of the NBA, long out of the NBA. There are other examples to use other than Kwame Brown. You know what I'm saying? And y'all keep using this man as a punching bag. Shout out to the few NBA players that have defended him. And I just watched Kenyon Martin just call out Stephen A. Smith. I think Stephen A. Smith gonna get a lot of backlash as this interview and everything spreads even further, because it was just like a new low. Yeah, I know Kwame Brown and talked about Matt Barnes and his wife, and his ex-wife or whatever getting taken by Derek Fisher. And he stooped super low, and he probably didn't call, B's and H's and all kind of stuff. Bro, this is your get back, Stephen A. Smith and the rest of these dudes. Really Stephen A. Smith, because you have used him as a punching bag for so long. It will eventually blow over. And all you had to do is just chill and allow it to blow over. But your ego will not allow you to do that, and you looking like a clown in this situation. You are definitely looking like a clown. Kwame Brown is winning the popular opinion. Kwame Brown is winning the NBA player support. Kwame Brown is winning, the fans. Bro, if you go to his live, look how like his YouTube channel has blown up. You know what I'm saying? His lives are lit. I'm talking about 15, 16,000 people in a live. The super chats that he's getting for these lives, niggas is damn near donating like $1,000 to $2,000 during this hour-long live for him. You know what I'm saying? He's become like a sympathetic figure, but also a funny dude at the same time that's finally getting his get back. And a lot of what he says as far as like tearing down black people, I won't really go that far that like y'all don't really do nothing for black people and just all you do is tear down black people when he talks about Stephen A. Smith and Charlamagne the God and the Up and Smoke podcast. I won't go that far because they do give a lot of credit to a lot of people and they try to make sure blacks coaches and stuff are getting opportunities. So I won't say that they just against blacks and tearing people down. You have been so quiet and non-outspoken for so long. This punching bag that they just keep doing, they don't realize that behind every insult is a real person, bro, that has to deal with that and hear that all the time. Even if you Google Kwame Brown, you probably get Stephen A. Smith saying Kwame Brown on the telecast over and over again. And they've done it way too often, bro. They have done it way too often. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you get in these positions of power and you become a media voice and sometimes you can abuse it. And I really feel like that's what they've done over time, as great as they are. And I ain't gonna act like I don't watch them niggas. I watch them niggas all the time. You know what I'm saying? I watch Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. I watch these dudes all the time. But to act like they don't overuse their power to tear you down if you are in a bad situation, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, absolutely, man. So you haven't checked out the interview with Stephen A. Smith on ESPN as far as the blooper reel of Kwame Brown. It's on ESPN's YouTube channel right now. You go check it out.
D2 is the third and last 1 at 814, 814, meet X20.